All right, sprint video number 2 for sprint 2. This sprint, I would say I moved the project quite a bit forward in this sprint. You're going to see some interesting things here because, I'm a few hours short because tonight and tomorrow I'm going to finish up the last few readings. That's going to go into the taxonomy and the annotated bibliography. But I actually decided to backlog all user testing because while we developed a great web interface, that's not going to be the focus right now. The focus right now is going to be mostly on developing the taxonomy and the metrics, which will be a lot of reading, and that'll be also a lot of focus on collecting data for next quarter, which is going to be VS Code. So we did a good job of setting up that web code mirror to get the undergrad started. I think it was a good thing to do just to see it's feasible, but right now I don't need to user test it. I also don't need to user test my metrics because the important thing right now is just knowing what metrics that I want and an idea of how I'm going to collect them. Because once I have that idea of how I'm going to collect them, what I'm going to do is test it on data. And so if I don't know how to collect it now, that's fine. I just need to know what data I didn't have in order to collect it. You see these are all in progress tasks because I implemented a code duplicator or a factor. Actually, I was going to say done for the arguments. And I implemented a stripping down metric. Both these in the code, actually, the big thing that was the code line identifier. These are all working. I think they could all use a lot of improvements. For example, I want to add variables as a thing that I want to be able to do to be able to get variables from it. So these are all working and fine, but they're not the best, and I think a lot that can be improved on that, so that's why I left them in progress. I backlogged interviewing professors and TAs because there was a lot of other more important things to do before that came up, and I think we need a little more time prepping before that happens. I was able to watch Novice Program, not nearly as many hours as I expected to. However, it's going to go up more next quarter, and it took me a lot of time to actually find office hours. That surprisingly was a lot more than anything else. I at least know how to do the Chrome extension. Currently still waiting on doing that, so that's backlogged. But the focus now has been on data collection. So you see I spent a ton of hours working on the extension, debugging it. I talked to David Weintraub, and I met with Mike about the taxonomy. Next sprint, currently the way it's looking is that's why it's green. Alright, so I'm spending a lot of hours on getting all the extensions prepared. The VS Code extension, the server, the alias scripts. That's the goal of getting all these ready for the winter break, and so I allocated a lot of hours to that. I also plan on actually doing my 4 hours of observing lab hours. I now have somewhere to observe, which is really exciting, and so I'll be doing that this sprint. Reading literature, 3 articles each week, plus improving the taxonomy again. I wanted to put in a task of improving taxonomy from the readings because I think it's different than actually doing the reading. And then finally, preparing for the IRB. So a lot of hours on looking at the measurements to be taking, drafting questions to ask, and working on the IRB application. I know I'm not quite at 40 hours yet, but I have no doubt that I will find things to add to this. There's a few things that are still backlogged, so maybe I can make a list in sprint 4 of the things that are backlogged. So the things that are still backlogged are the Chrome extension, interviews, making variables from the code line identifier. A few more things was improving skeleton and other refactor metrics. And that is sprint. That will happen in sprint 4 maybe. Alright, that's my sprint 3. Looking forward to it. Should be exciting.